There is one thing that drives people to make independent movies. It's not the money, because there usually isn't any, and it's not the fame, because there usually isn't any of that either.
What motivates independent filmmakers is passion. A case in point, C.J. Howie, a 27-year-old filmmaker from Portland who, full disclosure, is the brother of Samantha York. That's not why we talked to him. We sat down with him and two of his collaborators because C.J. wrote, produced, directed, acted in, and edited a film that premieres this week.
The name of the movie is Under the Hood. It's about a well-known actor, played by C.J. Howie, who ends up in prison even though he is an innocent man.
Breaking news. This morning, Jackson Faith was taken into custody on charges of domestic violence. No details of the report has been released.
Jackson Faith was arrested on set while filming for domestic violence, and we don't know if he's going to be able to finish this movie.
Celebrity goes to prison for something he didn't commit. He gets out and brands don't want to work with him, kind of like a cancel culture thing. And basically he has to go back to his old job as a mechanic where things get a little wild from there.
When you're making a movie like this, Cam, you kind of got to do it on the run. You don't have time to do 14 different takes, and you don't have time to do a lot of location scouting and so forth. How did you achieve the look for the film that you wanted?
Definitely, I'm gonna give CJ his credit on that too. Like, he definitely did like a lot of cinematography for it, as far as like the way the shots went. I was mainly just the one that brought the camera and hit record, but I don't want to take the credit away from myself either. But I don't know, yeah. He did a lot of the work. I want to give him his flowers for that.
Josh, how much acting had you done in movies before?
Well, I wouldn't say zero, not a lot. Maybe one independent film before this that was kind of serious, but it was very short.
You told me that before we sat down, that you had never acted in a movie before, and really not acted in community theater, hadn't acted anywhere, and I was taken aback because you definitely have a presence that really comes through in the film.
We go back quite a bit. I just want you to know, no matter what happens tomorrow, I'll always be here for you, dude.
I guess I just, I don't overthink it, and I go all in, and I love to entertain, and it's, you know, it's always been a thing for me that I enjoy, and if I can take people away and make them laugh or draw them into the movie, you know, as much as I can by taking it serious, that's what I do, you know.
The challenge for every independent filmmaker who is working on a minuscule budget is, of course, how do you get something that looks like a feature film or looks like it should be on TV when you're spending less than a major motion picture would spend on catering in a single day?
Yeah.
Casting is obviously hugely important. Where did you find the actors for the film?
So the first time ever I actually did one of those Google documents where people kind of go on and tell me who they are and stuff like that, and I would go through and they started sending in auditions and stuff like that, and that's really how we got it going.
And then you've got to come up with a script. How long did it take you to put the, or not and then, but first, before you get started, you've got to come up with a script.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to actually nail down the script and get what you wanted?
Honestly, believe it or not, I mean, probably pretty fast, but it was one of those things too, is once we started filming, we're like, okay, well, maybe this should happen here. Maybe I'll write in another scene or something like that.
Brands don't want to work with you anymore. I think what we need to do is find you a real job, all right?
I'm looking for TJ.
So what's it like? You know, beating women. What's that like?
When you're filming, again, on something like this where you don't have unlimited time, and all of a sudden a cloud comes along and you lose your sunlight, which you had 10 minutes before, and scenes don't match, it creates challenges. Did you guys have a lot of those challenges?
100%, yes. Yeah. Especially with how long the shooting took, within like a 4 to 6 month span. It started with snow and now it's summer, so like that was hard too, to make it look like it was all within the same time, but it's really throughout 6 months. So.
That's a great point. You shot this over a period of 4 months. You did not shoot it on consecutive days, so shoot some on this weekend maybe and some on the following weekend, and that's how it all came together. As an actor, you've got to do individual scenes. You don't shoot the movie in sequence.
No.
How difficult was it to make that work when it's so choppy, and again, you're not an experienced film actor?
Yeah, I think at first it was kind of awkward because we were starting like in the middle, you know, not really going from the beginning to end like you said. But I think if you just put yourself, if you're just present for what you're doing in that moment, it ends up being, you know, clearly better than I thought it was going to be.
Under the Hood was shot entirely in Maine. The cost of the production, about $3,000, which in the world of film and television is a budget that is microscopic.
Where do you hope this film will be seen?
So the main goal right now is Amazon Prime. It's premiering in Smitty's on Friday. Super excited about that. They added a second night too because it sold out. So we're super excited about that. But Amazon Prime is 100% the goal as of right now.
Have you been in contact with Amazon?
Yes.
And response so far?
Response is, we'll see if we want action movies at the time you're ready, is what they said. But that was a while ago, and I haven't reached out to them since. So.
Has this only increased your enthusiasm for filmmaking? Does this make you even more want to get out there and do more?
I'm never going back to anything else. This is what I want to do, for sure.
Under the Hood will have its premiere, as mentioned, Friday night at Smitty's Cinema in Sanford. That show is sold out. There will be another screening at that same theater, Smitty's in Sanford, the following day, Saturday.